And 3, 2, 1, now. Hi, I'm LewisLightning. Welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. So we just left Orzammar. We had a full inventory. I'm gonna go sell some stuff here with Bodan. We've got lots of, well, we have some stuff to sell anyways.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed.
Yeah, let's see your wares.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
And then I'm gonna go talk to everyone in my campsite, because we got a lot of gifts to get rid of. But this dagger we don't need, or this dwarven mace. These ice bolts we don't need. We don't use crossbows. Shield. There's only one person that uses shield, and I don't think he wants that. We got better stuff. Okay, nothing else there. Let's get rid of this leather helm. Duster leather gloves. We can. Wait, what does Zevran got? Zevran. Reinforced leather glove. Or, sorry. Dalish gloves. They give slightly better stuff, so we'll get rid of this. And I don't know if I want to get rid of anything else right now. We got a lot of health poultices here. We could create some more easily with just some flask and distillation agents. And oh man, I know we have some floor spar we can get rid of. I'm not sure what else we picked up along the way. 2 floor spar. Let's get rid of those. Okay. So now we get to talk to everyone. Let's talk to Shale. It's right here. I see you're still with me.
I am, as I've said, for now. Does it wish me to leave? I can, though I see no reason to go.
No, stay. You're quite helpful.
No doubt. Without me, it would have to carry its inventory on its own. Perhaps we should continue. Its chances of success are small enough without further dawdling.
Okay, well, he's not saying anything to me, but I do know that he likes any of the remarkable stones. So remarkable emerald, and that's all I have right now. I know there's more, but I have in my chest at Soldier's Peak. So we'll just give him this remarkable emerald. Shale. Remarkable emerald.
Very nice indeed.
So +5. And we got minor strength. And when they get to a certain level, they sometimes talk more.
I've watched a lot of humans in my time. It should be aware that I've decided that it is not much like any of them.
That's super. Thanks, Shale.
Surely it must come from some superior lineage, yes? Some breed of flesh creature that has decided to elevate its genetic stock above its natural shortcomings?
My father was a Terran of High Ever.
Oh, then that must be it. I knew there had to be some reason, it being a human and all. I would appreciate if it didn't spread around that I said anything. Humans might start to get the wrong idea. They might start thinking their race is not completely hopeless.
Thanks for the vote of no, yeah, I'll keep it to myself.
Now, let us crush something into a fine paste before it starts to think I've gone all soft. Perish the thought.
So in case you didn't know, +6. You have to, give some gifts sometimes to open up more conversation topics, which is exactly what happened with Shale. He wasn't saying anything new, so I gave him that gem, and suddenly he was like, "Hey, let's talk some more." He had some more stuff to say. I don't want to talk to Morgan, just because I haven't killed her mother yet. Well, let's talk to Sten.
Yes.
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
God damn it.
Very well.
I want to discuss something you mentioned.
Speak then.
Nothing.
Then I suggest we move on. As you wish.
Okay, so we'll just cut to the chase here too. With Sten, he likes paintings. So I think we have at least one painting here. Painting of the, we got 2, 3, 4. We'll give him the Goose Girl one. Painting with a golden frame showing a girl with windswept hair tending to a flock of geese in a snow-covered valley. We'll give him this portrait of a goose girl.
I am impressed.
Plus
thanks.
10. Got minor strength for him. Now let's see if we can talk to him.
You are not quite as callow as I thought.
See?
That is unexpected.
You thought I was callow?
You sound surprised. You must have heard this before. You'll get over it. Eventually.
So will you let me know now why you were caged?
I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware.
What do you mean by a weak mind?
That is complicated. I told you before that I was sent here. I was not sent alone. I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers, to seek answers about the Blight. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without incident, seeing nothing of the threat we were sent to observe. Until the night we camped by Lake Calenhad. They came from everywhere. The earth beneath our feet, the air above us. Our own shadows harbored the darkspawn. I saw the last of the creatures cut down, too late. I fell.
Sounds like what happened to me at Ostagar.
I heard the stories of Ostagar. Your kith stood their ground when others fled. No one can do more than that. I don't know how long I lay on the battlefield among the dead, nor do I know how the farmers found me. I only know that when I woke I was no longer among my brothers, and my sword was gone from my hand.
What did you do?
I searched for it, and when that failed I asked my rescuers what had become of it.
The farmers know where it was?
They said they found me with nothing.
And then?
I killed them. With my bare hands. I did. I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. Unthinking, I struck them down.
You panicked over a lost blade?
That sword was made for my hand alone. I have carried it from the day I was set into the Beresad. I was to die wielding it for my people. Even if I could cross Ferelden and Tevinter unarmed and alone to bring my report to the Arishok, I would be slain on sight by the Antam. They would know me as soulless, a deserter. No soldier would cast aside his blade while he drew breath.
Couldn't you search for it?
If I knew where to look, it would be in my hand now.
Where did you fight the Darkspawn?
Near Lake Calenhad.
Don't worry, we'll find it.
Perhaps those words are empty, but thank you all the same.
So we got a new quest from Sten. But like I said, sometimes you have to give gifts. And I guess it's kind of a guessing game for some of them, because Sten never said anything about painting. But apparently Sten likes the dedication and hard work put into painting. Not everyone can just become an artist, right? That's kind of what the Coon says. Not everyone can be anything they want. Some people are born to be certain things, and that's what he believes. So
something on your mind?
Artwork.
Of course.
You're in the Chantry. Have you never? What changes about you after the joining?
You
Let's
mean other than becoming a Grey Warden?
You've been a Grey. I mean, what changes? You've been a Grey Warden longer than I have.
You know, I asked Duncan this too, and all I got was, "You'll see."
He wouldn't tell you?
Well, it's not that Duncan wants to keep it a secret. It's just that the Grey Wardens don't discuss it much. I gather it's not a pleasant topic. The first change I noticed was an increase in appetite. I used to get up in the middle of the night and raid the castle larder. I thought I was starving. I'd slurp down every dinner like it was my last. My face all covered in gravy. When I'd look up, the other Grey Wardens would stare, then laugh themselves to tears.
I haven't felt anything like that.
Really? I saw you eating dinner the other day. Savage.
Yes, well, belches, yeah.
Ah yes, the classy camaraderie of two men traveling out in the open. I take it you were like this before the joining, then. Oh, and then there were the nightmares. Duncan said it was part of how we sense the Darkspawn. We tap into their, well, I don't know what you call it, their group mind. And when we sleep, it's even worse. You learn to block it out after a while, but at first it's hard. It's supposed to be worse for those who join during a blight. How is it for you?
Nightmares, yes, I know what you mean.
Some people never have much trouble, but that's rare. Others have trouble sleeping their entire life. They're just more sensitive, I suppose. Everyone ends up the same, though. Once you reach a certain age, the real nightmares come. That's how a Grey Warden knows his time has come.
His time has come?
Oh, that's right. We never had time to tell you that part, did we? Well, in addition to all the other wonderful things about being a Grey Warden, you don't need to worry about dying from old age. You've got 30 years to live, give or take. The taint, it's a death sentence. Ultimately, your body won't be able to take it. When the time comes, most Grey Wardens go to Orzammar and die in battle rather than waiting. It's tradition.
Why Orzammar?
You'll always find Darkspawn down where the dwarves are. The oldest Grey Wardens head to the deep roads for one last glorious battle. Not that there's a shortage of Darkspawn during a blight, but that's the tradition. The dwarves respect us for it. And you wondered why we kept the joining a secret from the new recruits. There you have it.
Seems a high price to pay.
I suppose it is. We're the only ones who can stop the blight, however. Is there a price too high to pay for that? You know, Duncan, he started having the nightmares again. He told me that in private. He said it wouldn't be long before he'd go to Orzammar himself. I guess he got what he wanted. I just wish it had been something worthy of him.
He will be remembered, Alistair, as will the others.
I know. Ending the blight should make this all worthwhile, right?
Sorry about that noise. Lately, this guy just wants to do all his yard work whenever I'm up. So, sorry. Just shut the door. Let's talk to Liliana.
Something I can help with?
I want to talk to you about something.
Yes. What's on your mind?
I heard that in Orlais, minstrels are often spies.
Where did you hear this?
Someone told. I read it in a history book.
And did you not think that this could be historical fact and no longer true?
Yeah, I don't believe you.
Not all minstrels are spies. Most are just singers and storytellers. But some of them are what we call bards.
What's the difference?
Many use the two words minstrel and bard interchangeably, but to do so in Orlais would cause misunderstanding. Bards are minstrels and more. Spies, as you say. Some say there is a bard order, but I don't think this is true. Many bards work alone or in small groups, doing the bidding of a patron who pays for their services. If there is an organization behind it all, no one knows who they are.
What sort of patron?
Nobles, mostly. In Orlais, there is much rivalry amongst the highborn. They fight over land, influence, and the favor of the Empress. But they cannot do this openly because it is impolite, and in public, they wear smiling faces and pretend to be civil. In secret, they plot and scheme to destroy each other. It is a game completely meaningless to anyone but its players.
I knew it. You're not just some innocent sister.
I have revealed too much, it seems. But it doesn't matter what I used to be. It is the past.
But why were you living closer to sister in rural Ferelden?
I found myself in Ferelden and sheltered from bad weather in the Chantry. And when the storm passed, I just did not want to leave. I like to see the Maker brought me here.
That doesn't seem like it's the truth, seeing as how we know why she's here. We've got Wynn, Zevran, and the dog.
What's on your mind?
Do you have any regrets at all?
I try not to dwell too much on the mistakes of my past, of which there are many. I would go quite mad if I did that. But I do have one regret. The greatest misstep of my life, made even more grave because it had dire consequences for someone else.
And all along I thought you were perfect.
Perfect? Hardly. I aspire to it, but have fallen quite short. Quite short indeed. Years ago, I was assigned as mentor to a lad, Anarin. He was my first apprentice. Anarin was an elf, raised in one of the elven alienages, and he was very mistrustful of humans, especially humans in authority.
Humans like you?
I was his mentor, an authority figure. He can't have liked me very much. What Anarin needed was time. Time to get used to his new home, time to emerge from his shell, so we could build a rapport. I gave him no such time. I was young and arrogant. He is a mage, I thought. He needs to grow up and act like one. I expected too much from him too quickly. I gave no consideration to his origin or his feelings, and he retreated further from me. All I could think of was how stubborn he was, how he was throwing away all his talent and his potential just to be difficult.
That just seems so unlike you.
Oh, age and wisdom have mellowed me. I was quite different back then. Much more unforgiving. You cannot plant crops in the cold, wintry ground. You cannot teach a student who is closed off and unresponsive. Patience is what is needed, and I learned that too late to help him.
What happened to Anarim?
Anarin ran away from the circle one night. I had berated him over some trivial, ridiculous matter that I no longer remember. I drove him away because of something utterly unimportant. He was a child, 14 at the time of his leaving. They had his phylactery, and they hunted him down.
He's dead then?
They called him Maleficar, a mage who practices forbidden magic, deserving of death. He was a child, misunderstood and lost. I begged the Templars to tell me if he suffered, if they gave him a quick death. I got no answers from them. I was his mentor, and they wouldn't even tell me what became of him.
That was cruel of them.
I should have known better. I had the best mentors. They were kind, compassionate. Why didn't I learn from them? I failed Anarin. All I had to do was listen to him. He would try to talk to me, and I would tell him to concentrate on his spells. He talked about the alienage sometimes, and the Dalish. He always talked about looking for the Dalish elves.
Maybe he did find the Dalish.
The Templars are well trained and thorough. That he still lives, it would be a vain hope. The apprentices that came after Anarin benefited greatly from the lessons I learned from him. In a sense, he was my teacher, and I his student.
Maybe his sacrifice was worthwhile.
And there it is. My story, my one greatest regret.
Oh, Wind's Regret. We got another quest. Wow, these guys are all opening up. We got Zevran left. And the dog.
Here I am.
Care to answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Do you actually enjoy being an assassin?
And why not? There are many things to enjoy about being a crow in Antiva. You are respected, you are feared. The authorities go out of their way to overlook your trespasses. Even the rewards are nothing to turn your nose up at. As for the killing part, well, some people simply need assassinating. Or do you disagree?
Yeah, you've never killed an innocent?
Now there's an interesting word, innocent. How many men do you know who can claim to be truly innocent? But if you're talking generalities, such as children and relatives and bystanders and such, never on purpose. But it happens. It's unfortunate, but death comes to us all. If not me, then some wasting disease, or a fall down the stairs, or at the hands of a darkspawn. It's all relative in the end.
That sounds like an excuse.
Death happens, as we like to say. And when I get paid for it, death happens more often. As far as enjoying the act of killing itself, why not? There is a certain artistry to the deed. The pleasure of sinking your blade into their flesh and knowing that their life is in your hands.
I know what you mean. For the Darkspawn anyways.
There are many things I did not enjoy about being a crow, of course. Having no choice, being treated as an expendable commodity, the rules. Oh, so many rules. But simply being an assassin, I like it just fine. I will continue to do it if I can, even if I am not a crow. Honestly, could you picture me doing something else?
Don't you have any other skills?
None that I wouldn't get into trouble for performing publicly. Of course, all these thoughts are moot. Chances are still good that you and I will perish, eaten by Darkspawn or slain by the crows at some point. Very gruesomely, I imagine. But it is pleasant enough to chat about. Come, let's move on while our boots still have some wear in them.
Well, Zevran got 2 points right there. Let's talk to Hannibal. Pants happily. Let's pet him. He's rolling around on his back. Nice. Well, that's that. So we'll save it here. We're a little bit over, but that's alright. If you enjoyed, leave me a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back and we'll head towards Mar. Okay, thanks. Bye.